Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. We got sort of a surprise announcement this afternoon in regards to Black Ops 6. We're obviously only like 12 hours away from the game launching in New Zealand, basically, but we actually ended up getting our major launch update patch notes. So all the significant changes from the beta and the early access of Black Ops 6 that'll be in effect at launch, including gameplay updates, weapon adjustments, map changes, all sorts of stuff like that. And so today we are diving into everything that is changing with Black Ops 6 launch. Obviously, as mentioned, New Zealand getting the game first things first tomorrow morning at like 7 a.m. Eastern. Then it's rolling out all day long to various different regions, ending with 12 Eastern Standard Time, 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night, basically the 25th, right? So we're basically a day away here, and hype, I would say, is at an all-time high. So as we do dive into all the patch notes here for BO6, quick reminder, with launch now, things are going to be crazy. We've got so much to break down regarding weapons, XP strats, any other future updates and changes, because they'll be adjusting a lot of stuff post-launch. This is the best place to be to stay up to date with absolutely everything going on. So feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications, and if you enjoy this video, a like rating would be seriously appreciated as well. I do want to say much love to everyone who's been tuning into the videos the past week or so. Bunch of new viewers checking out the channel for Black Ops 6. Hope you guys enjoy your stay, but welcome to launch week. We'll go ahead and zoom in a little bit here. Launch is almost here. We obviously have our global rollout times that I was just talking about, curiously enough. We've got our campaign. Not gonna lie, still pretty bummed there was no campaign early access this year. Would have loved to have been playing this for the past couple of days, but alas, if you're someone who likes to dive into the campaign first this year, there's actually a lot of cool stuff going on with this in regards to some of the rewards. You'll get some blueprints. Those will automatically unlock these weapons, by the way, as well. They basically act as permanent unlock tokens. A couple of other different rewards as you go through and complete the campaign. They say round-based zombies is coming back, of course. The main quest and all side quests for both maps will be enabled at 10 a.m. Pacific time on the 25th. So there will be no Easter eggs, nothing like that. The main quest for zombies will not be live until Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific. So if you're playing the game early and you're playing zombies like with New Zealand or whatever, the main quest is not going to be live yet. Looking to bank some whimsical gobblegums in game, you'll earn these by successfully completing an exfil at round 15 or higher. 15 to 29 is 1 whimsical gobblegum, 30 to 44 is 2, and then 45 plus is 3. For multiplayer, we obviously got 16 brand new maps, Omni Movement, wildcards. We know everything coming with multiplayer at this point. We've covered all that in recent videos. With weapons here, while many weapon balance changes have been implemented across the board since the beta, we consider launch to be our day one baseline across the entire arsenal. Weapon balance is always ongoing, so we'll be evaluating data and feedback and sharing updates on this regularly. This does mean basically immediately following post-launch, right? Like the game will launch Thursday/Friday, and we could see full-on patch notes dropping over the course of the weekend, and then even early next week. We've seen this happen with a lot of CODs, where COD Updates is posting a ton over on Twitter. So as patch notes and other changes are dropping, as I mentioned earlier, I'll be covering those right as they happen to keep you guys in the loop. But they do say in the multiplayer beta, we tested a change that disabled aim assist at close ranges. While this was a change in the right direction, we felt that this was a bit jarring when crossing that close range threshold. We've adjusted our approach to linearly interpolate aim assist strength. This means that aim assist will be much weaker at point blank ranges and smoothly increase in strength out to a short range. We will, of course, continue to monitor this. So there will be aim assist in the close range now at launch. It's not going to be like the beta where there was no aim assist up close. That'll be interesting to get used to again. They improved pistol and dedicated melee swap speeds, a slight increase to weapon but melee attack speeds, adjustments to sway, bob, and overall weapon motions to improve point of aim when entering ADS. So that'll make things a lot easier there. Additional improvements with that are also coming in Season 1. So we're going to have a lot of weapon behavioral updates, I guess, throughout Season 1. Improved the depth of field across all weapons. For movement, they added a toggle option for corner slicing. That's like where you go to peek a corner and it kind of tilts you up like you're leaning around a corner, right? That you can turn that on or off if you want now. Added an option to set a hold time to perform a dive to prone or slide, depending on your slide and dive behavior. Added an intelligent movement option for mantle assist for tight, medium, and wide. Multiplayer map adjustments. Keen eyes are already noticing a handful of changes. Skyline, they expanded the cover points around the hot tub, added new planters as cover near the far spawn point, added multiple cover options. So you can see this is what it was like before, and then this is what it's like after. You can see there's a decently noticeable change there, both in the lighting and everything, but then also like the staircase and everything there too. They show some other differences here too, where there is now more cover there. This is a really cool like slider before and after, so you can see the planters completely changed in the after one there. Before we had this base hallway, now there's a little bit of extra cover there too. On Scud, they also made several adjustments with different parts of the map. As mentioned, the concrete wall is the main Overwatch is now broken out. Panels are doubled on the side Overwatch, so we have it before, then we have it after. Tad bit different looking in terms of lighting as well, which is pretty interesting there. We've got our before on this section of the map now. Again, looks decently different. I do like the lighting changes, and I hope that's actually true to what we're seeing in game. We have the before head glitch on the panels. You can see it's a little bit different there, where there's actually an opening now, so you can see through that. On rewind, they made some cover improvements across multiple different sight lines, so there's now trucks to have like a head glitch on. In this back alley, there's now a change in the way that the truck was laid out there. Before we have no crate there, now we do have a crate there. Then again, just other areas where you can use cover to peek around things, basically. Audio updates. We're excited to introduce our best-in-class audio experience coming with Black Ops 6 with the HRTF system. We've also added a setting to disable licensed music across all things. We talked a little bit about HRTF and everything going on with that in the first video today. There's a whole discussion going on with like pay-to-win audio and everything. If you haven't caught that video, feel free to go and check it out. It'll be linked down in the description below. Ricochet anti-cheat. So new systems are activated for Black Ops 6. Kernel level driver detection and monitoring updates for BO6 and Warzone. New mitigations are live. Machine learning behavior systems deployed to increase the speed of detection. Machine learning detection models added to analyze gameplay, combating aimbots. Adjustments for future weapon damage patch notes. Whether you're new to the franchise or a long-term fan, understanding your weapon of choice deals damage is essential. In the past, our patch notes used some terms to describe values at various ranges. In Black Ops 6 and Warzone, we aim to avoid confusion with this. Creating a new weapon damage adjustment table for Black Ops 6 and Warzone is coming with Season 1, and establishing weapon damage range definitions is also going to be a thing moving forward. So patch notes are going to be more clear going forward. I really like the sound of that. That's obviously a huge thing that we're always covering here on the channel. So anytime there's weapon updates or meta updates, that's pretty clutch for what we're talking about. Makes things easier to dissect and understand. New in Black Ops 6 and Warzone Season 1, we're introducing a new table to highlight the changes a weapon has undergone from one patch to the next. You'll find it nested within our existing tables in our attempt to keep information as detailed and centralized as possible. This new table will comprise 3 columns: damage range, pre-patch, and post-patch, and rows of up to 5 to account for each of the applicable damage ranges. In each pre-patch and post-patch cell, the corresponding damage and range will be found. Well, for easier understanding, we'll identify positive and negative adjustments with an arrow. So here's an example of the C9 adjustment we made during the beta. So you can see pre-patch, the damage at the maximum damage range was 29. It was same post-patch, then the range was the same. Medium damage was the same, and then medium damage range 2 was added and actually increased. So you can see before the patch it was 15 to 25 meters, then it was 15 to 27 meters. Then same deal with the minimum damage here. It went up from 25 to 27 at that 16 damage point. So that's actually really cool, really valuable information. I love that. It makes it way easier to understand what is actually changing instead of something like, hey, we buffed the range by 4% or something like that. This just gives us even more details there. Now that you have a visual example of what that'll look like, let's get technical. So this is basically breaking down what exactly this means. Maximum damage range is the closest damage range with the best damage values, outlines the maximum potential damage a weapon can output. This range will always start at 0 meters and extend outward until a player falls outside of that. Medium and minimum damage ranges. Picking right up after maximum, we have our medium and minimum damage ranges. Remember how we said not all weapons are created equal? Some weapons can have up to 3 different medium damage ranges, so that's just their different drop-offs. It might happen at 20, then 30, then 40 meters, then its minimum damage is at 50 meters. If a weapon has no medium damage range, we'll emit over to medium damage range rows. With medium damage ranges, picking right up where maximum ends, we use medium to identify that. A weapon with medium damage ranges can have a minimum of 1 medium damage range, then a maximum of 3. In all future damage range adjustments tables, we'll identify these as ranges 1, 2, and 3 when applicable. And then minimum damage is the furthest damage range a weapon can have. Some weapons can have no medium damage range and will be a minimum damage right after you exit. Certain weapons that are like exclusively close range ones, like maybe shotguns, some pistols, some SMGs. One last thing, as we progress through our future seasons, the teams at Treyarch and Raven will adjust weapons based on feedback and data to deliver the best possible experience for multiplayer and Warzone. These adjustments may include shared Black Ops 6 weapons having different damage values between titles. So basically them saying multiplayer weapons will probably have certain damage values in certain ranges, and then Warzones will be different. And that's objectively good. You can't really balance, let's say, the XM4 for multiplayer and for Warzone with one change, just because the gunfights are so different. So they definitely need to be separate, and that's a good thing there. They also say we've got comms and live issues going up at COD updates, and of course I'll be monitoring that at all times to make sure nothing goes missed here on the channel. If there are changes or updates, you guys will know about them if you are subscribed. If you haven't yet, maybe consider doing so. If you enjoy the content every single day, I got you guys covered with everything you need to know for Call of Duty. And if you enjoyed this video, a like rating would be seriously appreciated as well. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.